Hello friends, in this video we are going to see introduction to turbulent flow. So you know that turbulent flow is a linked chapter with the laminar flow, but we are going to take it separately in a different section, turbulent flow. So first of all, let me define what is turbulent flow. It is a type of flow in which the fluid particles move in a zigzag way, that is random direction, and it is formation takes place, and due to which there is a great loss of energy. That defines the turbulent flow. So in the diagram you can see here in turbulent flow. So this is the oval object here, solid object, and these are the streamlines. These are the streamlines shown here, and these streamlines passing over the oval object, solid object obstruction, and the flow gets separated at the other side of the body, and this is called as turbulence. So this pattern is called as turbulence, and the flow gets separated. You can see this part is the separation part here, and formation of eddies and vortices you can see at the back side. This creates the turbulence, and because of this there will be a great loss of energy. In the other figure, this is the direction of flow, and you can see the fluid particles are moving in the random direction. No particular direction they are maintaining, as we have seen in case of laminar flow. So this is another example of turbulent flow. Next one. So this is also an example of turbulent flow where you can see the fluid particles are moving in a random direction. So this arrow mark saying that in which direction they are moving. So no streamline is parallel, you can see here. This all represents the zigzag pattern of the flow, representing the same turbulent flow, TF. Let's go to the next slide to look into the introduction part of turbulent flow. Look at the first point. Flow in the pipe may be regular, laminar or streamlined, or irregular, turbulent. That means whenever there is a flow through a pipe, the flow will be either regular, that is laminar, or turbulent, depending upon the velocity, depending upon the Reynolds number. Correct? So what is Reynolds number formula for the pipe? Rho v d by mu. Correct? So if the velocity increases, the Reynolds number increases, and the flow may go from laminar to turbulent. So when the Reynolds number is less than 2000, so this will represent the laminar flow. When the Reynolds number is greater than 4000, this will represent the turbulent flow. So how you will come to know that the flow is changed from laminar to turbulent? So there are some symptoms, some characteristics you will see in the flow. What is that? Look into the second point. Turbulent flow is characterized by highly disordered, look at this, laminar mixing of fluid particles and fluctuation in velocity and pressure. Very important. So highly disordered mixing, that means random direction the fluid particles are moving and colliding, and there's a fluctuation of velocity and pressure. What do you mean by fluctuation actually? Look at this. So this is velocity with time. So what happens? The velocity is increasing or decreasing. Again it is increasing, decreasing. So this is called a gradual change in the velocity with time or along the length of the direction of flow. Gradual change in the velocity. But when you say fluctuation, there is a sudden change in the magnitude. There is a sudden change in the magnitude of the velocity like this. So this is called as fluctuation of velocity, and same fluctuation you can also see in the magnitude of pressure. Then it is called as turbulent flow. Third point is telling you that turbulence mixing is many more rapid. Rapid means fast. Mixing is very fast in turbulence and intense than laminar flow. intense means the quality of mixing is very good in turbulent flow compared to laminar flow. So if whenever you want to mix, suppose sugar in the water, then please create the turbulence. So rotate it, rotate the water, create the vortex flow at a very high speed, high RPM. Then it creates the turbulence. If the velocity increases, the Reynolds number increases and the turbulence will be there. Next point is 4. This point number 4 is telling you about the comparison of the velocity profile for laminar and turbulent flow. So velocity profile of turbulent flow are much flatter and fuller than those of laminar flow. So you can see this is paraboloid in revolution for laminar flow. Look at the figure below. Paraboloid in revolution for laminar flow. This is the velocity profile which is parabolic in nature for laminar flow. But for turbulent flow, it is written as logarithmic curve in revolution for turbulent. What is written in figure 3.2 at the last line? Velocity profile of laminar and turbulent flow in circular pipe. Okay. Velocity profile of laminar and turbulent flow both in the circular pipe. D is the diameter of the pipe. V is the maximum velocity which is at the center line. We know that. And that is applicable to both laminar and turbulent. You can see this is one arrow marks here, one arrow mark here. Correct. And R is the distance of the center, distance of the point from the center line. So what is the conclusion out of this particular picture? So from this we can conclude that the velocity profile of laminar flow is parabolic, whereas the velocity profile of turbulent flow is logarithmic in nature. Then question is how to draw the logarithmic profile. So you can see very clearly, in the diagram the velocity profile for turbulent flow. When you say logarithmic, so it will be flat at the center. It will be flat at the center, and it is fuller. Fuller means if you look at the center part, no, so completely from here to here the same gap is maintained. So that is called fuller. So if you want to draw this is the center line, suppose. If you want to draw the velocity profile for the turbulent flow here, suppose for the turbulent flow, so I'll draw like this. Correct. This is the turbulent flow. And if you want to draw the profile for, suppose I want to draw the profile for laminar flow, how I can draw? Parabolic. Correct. So almost similar like this you can see. So the difference is very clear. So the red color is your laminar and the blue color is your turbulent. Correct. So I hope the velocity profile is clear. So if the profile is flat and fuller at the center, then it is called as logarithmic profile. Okay, it is mentioned here. Now the last point, which is very important, fifth number point, du by dy, velocity gradient. Sir, how to write du by dy? Du by dy is nothing but u2 minus u1. Look at this. u2 minus u1 by y2 minus y1. Correct. So the question is, we are comparing the velocity gradient for turbulent and laminar. So y2 minus y1, what I will do, I'll just make a straight line with the green color here on the diagram which I have drawn. Let us say I'm drawing a line like this. Correct. The line is very clear to you. So this is y1 and this is y2. So I have created a dy distance from the wall. I have created a dy distance from the wall, which is common for both laminar and turbulent. So my dy is common. y2 minus y1 is common for both laminar and turbulent. Now I want to compare. Compare means now only numerator. Denominator is same. So if the numerator is more for the laminar, then it will be the gradient is more for the laminar. If the numerator is greater for turbulent flow, then du by dy will be greater for turbulent flow. Correct. That means The velocity gradient du by dy only depends upon the numerator now, u2 minus u1. Yeah, now we are going to see u2 minus u1. So u1 is here and velocity is measured in this direction, correct? This is your u direction. u1 is here. Where is u2? Where is u2? I'll just make a different color so that you can see where is u2. So I am drawing a line which is intersecting the red color and green color line at this point, taking a different light blue color. This is your u2, correct? So u2, can you see here? I have drawn a vertical line. So this u2 is definitely for which flow? Turbulent or laminar? Correct. Look at this. It is intersecting the. I have drawn that point is intersecting at the laminar flow. Correct. So u2 minus u1 is laminar flow from here to here. Correct. Now, where it is intersecting for turbulent flow? It is here. Correct. Which is at a larger distance. Correct. So this is your du part. So du is more for turbulent. So if du is more for turbulent, then definitely your du by dy for turbulent is greater than laminar flow. Correct. Okay, got it. Let's go into the next slide and see some more features about the turbulent flow. Number 6 point is there. If laminar flow is changed to turbulent flow, I mean a laminar flow is changed to turbulent flow when? Question is, what are the reason or what are the conditions when your laminar flow can be converted into turbulent flow? So one condition is here, velocity is increased, correct? So whenever you increase the velocity v, correct? So what happens here? You are increasing the Reynolds number actually. You are increasing the Reynolds number actually, rho v d by mu. So if the Reynolds number crosses just or greater than 4000, then your flow will change from laminar to turbulent, correct? Viscosity is decreased. Viscosity means mu is decreased. If you are decreasing viscosity, that means you are decreasing the liquid resistance, liquid friction. Definitely then velocity will increase again. That will increase the Reynolds number, and again the flow will change from laminar to turbulent. Okay. Then diameter of the pipe is increased. D, you are going to increase the diameter. D is increasing. If you increase the diameter, then what happens? The area available for the fluid particles will be larger. So they have the intention to move in the random direction. They will get more space. They will start moving in random direction, and they will create the turbulence. Correct. So if the fluid particles are having a very small area available to move, then the flow will be laminar. If the area available is more by increasing the diameter of the pipe, then the flow will be changing to turbulent flow. Okay, for example, suppose in a narrow road you are going and the traffic is more, so you are bound to go one behind the another, right? Making a straight line. It looks like a laminar flow. But after signal, suppose the road is wide and having less traffic, then you go left and right and also do a overtake and you go in a very high speed, correct? So that is you are creating a turbulence. So if more space is available, the fluid particles also behave in the same manner, creating turbulence in the flow. Okay. Now look at this. If you are going or changing from laminar to turbulent flow, then there's a transition flow in between. Correct. Transition flow is not in our syllabus, but you just need to know that there is a phase between the laminar and turbulent known as transition zone. So this is a laminar flow. You can see the pattern here and the streamlines shown here. Transition zone, and this is turbulent zone, where you can see the formation of eddies and vortices. This is nothing but a circular pattern, a curve of the fluid particles or fluid mass, eddies or turbulence. Turbulence, correct? So in the next section, we are going to see some more features about the turbulent flow. Okay, thank you.